Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm going to make a copycat version of Texas Roadhouse rolls. If you don't have a Texas Roadhouse in your area, it's like a little steakhouse restaurant, and they serve the best rolls with the best honey cinnamon butter that I'll show how I make real quick too. There's a lot of different copycat recipes out there. Some use honey as the sweetener, some use sugar in the bread dough, but this is the one that we like and the one that I make. So to get started, I will be using my stand mixer with my dough hook. I have 1 1/4 cup of milk with 3 tablespoons of butter. I have 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. Now I'm using instant yeast that I don't have to proof. I have 1/4 cup of honey, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. We're going to need about 4 cups of flour. You can use all-purpose flour, but I'm using bread flour. So if you're using the yeast that you need to proof, heat up your milk and your butter and till it's lukewarm. You can stick your finger in it. If it don't burn your finger, it's good as long as it's warm. Just add your yeast and your honey in there, stir it up, and let it set for about 5 minutes. But I don't have to do that. Okay, if you've proofed your yeast, you'll want to add all of that right now to your bowl. But I'm adding my milk and my butter. Now I'm going to add my honey. All of that would have been mixed together. I'm going to add my egg. I'm going to add 2 cups of my flour. And sprinkle my yeast on top of that. And then we're going to mix this on low till a dough forms. I'm going to stop it and scrape down the bowl, because I'm impatient. Now continue to mix it for another minute or two until everything's together and smooth. Now my remaining 2 cups of flour, we're going to gradually just add that to the mixture. Now, the reason why I have my ingredients laid out, forgot to add my salt. Just going to sprinkle that in there. I would have added it when the mixture came together. That's when I would have added it when I started adding the remaining flour. So everything's pretty much came together. I'm going to turn this back on and let it knead for around 5, 6, 7 minutes. Now this, I let mine go for about 6 minutes. As you can see, everything's kind of cleaned off the sides. So that looks good. So now I'm going to take it out and place it on a floured surface on my table and knead it just a little bit more. Now about 30 minutes before I went to mix all of this together, I let my dough rise. Trying to find the center of the camera. I let my dough rise in the oven. I just turn on the oven light, and then I take a small pan of water, bring it to a boil, and then I just set that inside my oven. If you're going to let yours rise on a counter in a warm spot, cover it with some plastic wrap or a damp towel. But since I'm going to do mine in the oven, I don't have to do that. Now the yeast I use, I do order it. And I order it in the 1 pound cake, in a 1 pound bag of it. I will leave a link to the yeast that I use. And I just pour it in a glass container, a glass jar. And I keep it in my freezer up to 6 months. But I pretty much use it all. Okay, this is coming together nicely. Bounces back. So now in a large bowl, I'm going to spray it real good. I'm going to put this side down, roll it around, turn it, roll it around, and set it in my oven for an hour or until it's doubled in size. Again, you can set this just in a warm spot, but if you leave it outside the oven, cover it with some plastic wrap or a damp towel. For the butter, I have 1 stick of room temperature butter. Just set it out on your counter or on top of your stove. Let it come to room temperature. Please don't put this in the microwave and melt it. It won't have the same consistency. I have 3/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1½ tablespoons of honey, and 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. I'm just going to mix it till smooth, and if I want to add a little bit of extra powdered sugar, I can. Now just store this in the refrigerator until you're ready for it. Look at how beautiful our dough is. So I'm going to punch it down, gently deflate it. Now I have 2 large baking sheets that I've sprayed with some non-stick cooking spray. I'm going to lightly flour my table. Now we're going to roll this out to about a 1/2 inch thick. Okay, a lot of people fold the dough over in half and then cut the squares, but I'm not going to do that. And some of them won't be squares, some of them will be oddly shaped, but that's okay. And just cut them into the size that you like. And we're just going to lay them on our baking sheet. I don't want them really touching. And then once I get them all cut out, I'll bring you back. Okay, these are going back in my oven just to rise again for about 45 minutes or until they've doubled. And remember, just my oven light is on. If you're going to leave them in a warm place, just cover them up and let them set until they rise. Then I'll bring you back. I've took mine out of the oven just to let my oven preheat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I'm going to put them in the oven and let them bake for 12 to 15 minutes or until they're nicely browned on the top. And I will rotate the pans halfway through cooking. And that's little Bo wanting outside. My rolls are done, so now I've taken a couple of tablespoons of butter and I melted it. And I'm just going to brush a little over the tops. Let them cool for a few minutes and then we'll try them. Vicki and I are here to try one. I'm going to spread me some butter on the top of mine. That's how I like it, the flavored butter. It's so good and the rolls are so soft and tender.
They are yummy.
Just like Texas Roadhouse. So all the ingredients and how to make these and some of the things that I used will be in the description box below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment, because I love hearing from you. And until my next video, I hope you enjoy. Bye, y'all. Now I'm going to fill up on rolls and not be able to eat dinner.